Hello everyone, Chrissy here from the Creative Eclectic. Happy Saturday, happy surprise Saturday. I just thought I would pop on and do a really quick Facebook Live since we missed Tuesday and share with you a really little special project today. I I'm making some Valentine's things because Valentine's Day is next Wednesday and I wanted to have some treats to give to some special people in my life. So I thought I'd jump right in and let's get started. So first up, we're just going to grab some pattern paper. Now this pattern paper is 6 inches by 6 inches. You only need one piece, so I'm using the fabulous Be Mine, I think it's Be My Valentine, I think that's what it's called. It's from the Be Mine suite, and it's this lovely little bee Valentine's paper. And yeah, I'm just going to create something really cute. So first of all, you're going to need your paper trimmer or a scoring board. And this is a really quick project. It's nothing too difficult. So if you've got a scoring board or a paper trimmer with a scorer, that is all you'll need. So you need your 6 by 6 paper. You'll also need some glue or some adhesive. I'm using the Seal Plus. So let's get started. We're going to score our paper. First of all, we're going to score it because this has got a directional pattern on one side. I'm actually going to score it at the bottom of this directional pattern because this pattern will be on the inside of the bag, and I'm scoring it at 1 inch. Then I'm going to turn it 90 degrees and I'm going to turn the paper over and I'm going to score it at 1.5 inches and at 4.25 inches. Now I know most people are out enjoying their Saturday, but because I am hopping along at the moment with a little 2 fractured toes, I'm not out and about today like I planned. So we've scored this, and what we're going to do, pop our scoring trimmer out of the way, and we're just going to fold over that 1 inch piece first. Use our bone folder, make it nice and crisp. Right, so because it was the bit at the bottom, it's actually going to end up being the bit at the top of our little gift bag. Now if you want to, you can put a little bit of adhesive on the edges to just hold it down. You don't have to. So then we're going to turn it over and I'm just going to burnish those score lines and then burnish this score line. Okay. So on this bigger flap, before we do that, I'm going to pop some adhesive along the bottom. Okay. And we're going to fold our biggest flap over first. Okay. Then pop some adhesive along that edge of that biggest flap. Okay. And then fold that over like that. So there you have a little 2-minute bag. Now, excuse me, it does look a little bit plain. So we are going to really quickly make a little tag for that. So I've got the Be Mine Valentine's set, and Jackie won this set when we were from our class the other week. So I'm just using it until I give it to her. Alright, so we're going to really quickly make a lovely little quick tag for this. Grab our clear block. So I'm going to start with the little hexagon pieces, and I'm stamping those in some petal pink, and I'm just doing 2. Opposite each other, or actually I'll do a third one as well. We'll just pop that over in like that. Okay. Yeah, my ink pad definitely needs re-inking. I'm going to punch that out. Just like that, using the Bee Builder punch. I'm trying to work out the right angle that I want it on. Okay. Okay, get rid of the excess. I'll keep that little heart that got punched out there. What I'm going to do with that little heart, I'm going to grab my petal pink ink pad and just pop the little heart on and colour it. I'm sure it's got lots of colour. Hi Kim, thanks for watching. I'm just doing a little treat bag. I'm going to do 2 of them, so it's super quick little project. So we've got a little heart in the petal pink. We'll put some words on here. And I'm not sure if the Happy Valentine's fits on this. But we'll put this on. It says, "You make my heart buzz." So I'm just going to grab a block. So I need to clean this one desperately. Let's grab another block. How are you, Kim? I hope you're well. So I'm just stamping this in sweet sorbet to match the paper. And I'm just doing it in red so it pops up. Okay. And we're just going to pop this on our little envelope, our little treat bag. We want some ribbon on there first, so just wrap a little bit of ribbon around it. You can put the ribbon wherever you like. I'm just having it so it's going to go underneath my little speech bubble, which is really the bee's body. Alright, oh, hi Jodie, thanks for popping by. This is our surprise Saturday Facebook Live. It's a surprise to everyone, including me, that we're doing it today. I'll grab some dimensionals. This one. I can find some dimensionals. We do have some somewhere. Put them upstairs. We'll find some dimensionals, pop them on. Yeah, I thought it would be a nice happy Lunar New Year surprise. Okay. I'm going to pop this You Make My Heart Buzz on here. We had that little heart that we punched out before, so we'll pop that on there. Really, I probably should be using some glue. I'll just pop this in the corner there. Now I've got some cute little embellishments, so we're gonna pop one of them off and pop that in the center of that inked up heart. Okay, and we'll tie a little bow with a ribbon. Now, I have made heaps of these little bags, and I mean heaps, out of all different patterns of paper. So I've just made the bags. Hey Jackie, lovely to see you. Jodie, the toes they're very sore because I was on my foot too much yesterday. But yeah, I'm hopping. So that's why I'm home today. I was supposed to meet a dear friend from work who actually works in Melbourne, was coming up to visit, came up to Queensland, and because I couldn't drive, I couldn't go see her. So, hey Uncle Bobby, thank you for watching. Hope it's not too cold over there in Canada. It's lovely to see you. I'm really chuffed. I thought it would be too late for you to be awake. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I hope you're well. Yeah, okay, we're going to just pop a little bow on somewhere. I'm going to pop it down here. Okay, so that's our first one. So let me show you how I made this little bag again. And the little glue dot stuck to my fingernail, not to the actual paper. So let's stick it on there. All right, so there's a most demented bow. I don't know quite how I did that, but anyway. So that's our first little bag that we made, and you just pop your little Valentine's treats in there. So I've got some little choc-covered candy hearts that are going in there. All right, let me show you how to do that again. So we've got a 6x6 piece of paper. So you need to be careful if it's a directional paper. All right, so the directional paper, you need to work out what you want it, how you want it to fold and all of that sort of stuff. So if you're wanting this pattern side to be the fold, to fold over, so like this directional side, score it at the bottom. All right, if you're wanting it to be the flower side, well, you can score it at the top. Okay, so let's have a look again. We're going to have the bees shine this time. So I'm just going to grab my trimmer which has got a scoring blade. So if you don't have a trimmer that's got a scoring blade, a score pal, or whatever you use, Simply Scored, we're scoring it at 1 inch. All right. So I'm scoring it on this side here. So, okay. So we're going to turn it 90 degrees. Oh, Bob, it's pretty cool. Oh, lovely that you could join us. I have to tell Steve he's watching a movie because it's awfully hot here. Okay, so we're scoring this one at 1.5 inches, and then we're going to move it along and score it at 4 1/4. Okay. Right. So, oh yes, Jackie, I need to talk to you about when you're going to get the bee stamp, and I also need to tell you that because you shared our last Facebook Live that we did, you won a pack of the little envelope, little treat bags. So thank you for sharing, and I'll message you about that. All right. Okay, so we've folded this piece over, the 1 inch piece. So we're going to flip the paper over. And as I said before, if you want to stick this down, you can. You don't have to, right? So let's, so we flip this over, and you can see it's still got, so we've got the score lines on the opposite side. They're going to fold. You see they're like a mountain fold here? We're going to fold them the opposite direction. And use your grid paper to keep it lined up to help you. And you fold it, grab your bone folder, and just crease that. And they work so much better when you use your bone folder. Right, then get the other side. I like to turn mine around. Line your score line up and fold it over. So you'll see that you have these two pieces are different widths. All right, so the wider piece actually gets folded down first. So we're going to grab our Seal Plus. That Seal Plus actually works much better when you put your little stamping mat underneath. And you're just going to pop that along like that. You're going to fold the wider piece down first. Use your foam folder to finish it. Pop a bit of Seal Plus along that edge there. And then fold the other piece down. Okay. And there you have your little bag. Then you can decorate that however you want. So, let me show you with a different colour, like all the other ones that I've made. So these are some more from the Be Mine stamp set, Be Mine suite. These ones here are using the celebration paper, mostly adored. This is celebration paper. So, yeah, so there's lots of them there. All right, so do you want me to show you that one more time? Like I've shown you twice, how about we just do one more? Just so you can see if you want to have it. So that the top is pattern piece. All right. So we've got our pattern piece. Because we want this to fold over and be the right way up, what width are they when they're finished? They are 7 centimeters or You flip that over. Or 2 3/4 inches. Ready? So they're really quite good for those slim Kit Kats. If you've got some pens or something you want to put in them, lollipops. So we've got our first one. So remember I said if we're folding it over, the pattern over, we've got to score it at the bottom. So that's 1 inch. Turn it, flip the paper over and turn it 90 degrees. And it's 1.5 inches. Now make sure you give it a really good score. But not, if you're using a scoring board, make sure you don't tear it. Okay, so that's 1.5 inches and 4 1/4. Now, if you had one of the old-fashioned crimper things, you could crimp the bottom, this bottom edge here. That would look really nice. But since Stampin' Up no longer sells that, I haven't shown you that. Okay. So let's just fold our little pattern piece over. See, ta-da, it's up the right way. Okay. And then we're going to flip it over and fold it against the other way from the score line. The opposite way to the valley. Now the reason we fold the opposite way to the valley is it just is much easier to fold. It doesn't tear. The reason for scoring is to soften the fibres to get that nice crisp edge. Okay. So I sat here in front of the TV last night and made a bunch of these. So we're folding our widest side down first. And then we're folding. So if you aren't confident about putting adhesive on the bits that's folded over because you think, oh, I might put it on the inside of the thing, just put it on the other edge, the edge that you're folding down. Okay, and the reason we turn and like I've got that a little bit crooked, but that's pretty easy to fix, right? And that was a deliberate thing, of course, showing you what not to do. I'm just going to grab my trimmer, trim off that very bottom edge, right? And then it's nice and straight. No one's going to see the back, okay? And yes, as I said, the reason that you're folding this widest side first and the narrowest side second is so that your seam line is in the middle, okay? You can change the adjustments and do it a little bit differently. So, yeah. So that's how you make those cute little bags. So with that one, if we wanted to, I've got another piece. Let's do the reverse side so you have got it in your head how it goes. You're going to, if we want this hexagon side to be the folded side, we're going to score it at the top of the pattern paper. Make sure you move your cutting blade out of the way. That's 1 inch. Flip the paper over, turn it 90 degrees, 1.5 inches. So is everyone having a fabulous weekend? And then you're going to score at 4 1/4 inches. I know this isn't a rocket science project, but it's a really good way to use up your pattern paper. And our creative challenge for this month is to use up our paper. Right, so we're flipping it over. I want this side on the outside. Okay. So you've got to really keep in mind what way your pattern's going. This is perfect for non-directional paper because it doesn't really matter then. Is anyone doing anything exciting for Chinese New Year? We usually like have Peking duck and crackling pig and also catch up with friends, but because I'm hoppy at the moment, we're not going anywhere. So, yeah, as I said, you can stick this piece down, but it doesn't really matter. It's not going to make a difference either way. You've never thought to what, Kim? I don't know what that means. You've never thought to do this with non-directional paper? Or never thought to use up your pattern paper? Yeah. I'm putting my widest side down first, the other side down second, the narrower side down second. If it's not exactly square at the bottom, which sometimes happens because you're in a rush, just trim the tiniest bit off the bottom and voila, you've got your Chinese New Year. We live very close to Sunnybank, so that's where a large part of, well, that's basically the suburban Chinatown, and not far from us is Anala, and so lots of people around here celebrate Lunar New Year. We just tend to like Asian food, so yeah. So now my job for the rest of the day is to make little tags to go on the front of these, so they look super cute, sort of like that one. I hope you liked this project, and I hope it was a nice surprise, and I hope everyone has an excellent rest of the weekend. Happy crafting. Bye for now.